Dear Mommy, I just wanted to say I love you so much. I don't know what I would do without you. You're my bestest friend in the whole wide world that I ever did see with my own two eyes. You're the most 6'7" Sigma Alpha I ever did see.
This is On Call.
House would be really cool to just wear scrubs all the time. Then you don't have to think about what you're going to wear to work.
Joke
That's awesome. We're here to answer your questions. We can sit down and discuss all. Wait, I gotta go. I'm on call.
Wait, you're on call? I thought I was on call.
Welcome back to another episode of On Call with April and Alicia. I'm April.
I'm Alicia, and it's Thanksgiving week.
Woohoo!
You're getting us back to back 2 weeks in a row.
I know. They're so lucky.
I know, aren't they? We sound so down
I know.
today.
Maybe it's the weather, like the
think
cold,
so.
dreary, like, ugh. Like I
can't
woke
do
up
it.
and I was like, I'm ready to go back to bed.
I woke up and I snooze, snooze, snooze,
Yeah.
snooze.
My whole house
Snooze.
did that today. Yeah.
I know you're not supposed to do that. Somebody says somewhere it's actually like worse for your brain or something I was reading, but
It's just so nice though to hit that snooze.
I like the kind of dark morning too, and you just are like, I could just lay in my bed, it's perfect. And then you realize like I gotta get kids to school and I gotta do other things and I
Yep.
can't be in bed this morning, but
The other morning,
It is
Baxter usually
Thanksgiving.
is like up when I get up. Like when I get up, he's like, oh, it's time to go. And the other morning, he was just like laying in his bed and he was like, I'm not moving. It took me like 5
Aw.
minutes to get him up. I was like, dude, we're going to go downstairs. He's like, no. Like
needs a
the look he
sweater.
gave me was just like, no, I'm not doing it.
he needs a sweater. You know that. He's cold now.
He's not cold. He's fine.
He needs doggy clothing. April loves doggy clothing. So send April some
I'm
some
actually
great
not really
dog
opposed
ideas.
to it, but
She won't put Baxter in a sweater.
I
He
won't
needs
do
one.
it. But every year I like look at the Halloween costumes and I'm like, oh, they're so cute. But I don't do it.
Will he just bite it off?
Yeah, he will.
Like
He
it'll
will
drive
bite
him
it off.
crazy.
Yeah, he has a tail wound right now. He bit his
Aw.
tail, and I put tape around that thing like a dressing, and I'm like laying there in bed the other night, and I hear this like rip, and
Cut
he's
it
like
off.
ripping
Yep.
the tape off his tail.
We had to get Hunter's tail like cut off because she's Dane, but she wagged it so much and she would smack it up against like the side of the door, like the wood, the frames or whatever, and like she wagged it so hard that like it would be these wounds that wouldn't heal, and eventually they had to amputate her tail.
Yeah, he had like a skin tag, and he bit it off. It was
Spit it off.
disgusting. Yeah, I like how Char one night he's like chewing it, and I was like, oh my god.
I guess it's like adults or kids.
So that was, I mean, he was in the cone for like 2 or 3 weeks. And so then he, bumping into things everywhere. He follows me around. So he's bumping into my knees all day long. So I finally have taken the cone off and I'm just watching him. But
Oh,
he was looking at it like 4 a.m. today.
you got to put
So
the
I'm like
cone
yelling
back
at him.
on his head before you make all that Thanksgiving food. Or oh wait, you got plans this Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't cook. But I
Well,
got to tell you something.
I love how
because
you said I don't cook. Moving on to the next subject.
I cook on a daily basis, but not on Thanksgiving.
I hear you.
But I have to tell you something. I've been waiting to
Okay.
tell you this for like a few weeks because when it happened, I immediately was like, I have to tell Alicia about this.
Okay, I wonder if this is when we saw each other at Medical Director Summit, and
Yes.
you're like, I have a
Like, I
story
have
for the
something for
podcast,
you.
and I was like, write it down, April, because you'll forget, and you're like, I will not forget.
I will not forget this. So we were at a sports tournament recently, and I went to go to the bathroom, and it was at a high school, so it was like a bathroom with running water. And I am not really like a picky person about bathrooms because I grew up going in
I am.
outhouses in the woods, So, anyways, I walk in. It was like probably the dirtiest public bathroom I've ever been in. And there's all these girls in there from other teams, and the girls, and I look in one stall that's open. It is just disgusting. And then the girls are like, this one doesn't lock, and this one's really dirty. So there's 3 stalls. So another girl is in the 3rd stall. So I'm like, I'll just stand here and wait and to use the one stall that's decent. And I was sitting there waiting, and the door for the stall opens, and this girl walks out with a sandwich in her mouth.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I have to tell Alicia about this.
Are you serious?
Yes.
A sandwich? Oh my
Like
god.
here I'm in
that
this
is
bathroom and I'm
so
like, oh my god, this is gross.
disgusting. Jill
Yeah,
Barno, do
but
you
I like
hear this?
immediately thought of you and like how we always talk about how like dirty bathrooms are and like our phones are dirty. Like because we've talked about this many times, and I was like, I have to tell Alicia about this.
Oh my nasty. That is so disgusting. Oh, I don't even know how to come back from that.
I know. I was like, oh gosh. Okay. All right. I didn't say
Okay.
anything. I just went to the bathroom, went to the bathroom.
I
Did
just
my thing.
bathrooms do it to me like majorly, but I also just you just wonder just what
Yes.
what? It's open. It was open.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I don't think I could have gotten away with just minding my own business at that point. I just really
Yeah, I
do
feel like
I
you
would have
totally
been
would
like,
have said something, but I was
no,
like,
I don't think I would have said it to her, but I don't think I would have not been able to just be like, gross. As soon as it's like, I do
well,
have
and
a
had
little
it been
Tourette's
somebody I had
moments
known,
like
I
that.
probably would have said something to like, but anyways, I like instantly thought of you. I was like, I have to
Oh
tell
my
Alicia
God.
about this.
It's like with the person I think at the airport that put their stuff down on the baby changing state, and I was like, no, not here. Like nobody's wiping this thing down. Disgusting. You might as well just put it on the toilet seat. Make the toilet seat. Why don't you just make the toilet seat your plate?
Might as well.
That's so disgusting. Well, I don't even know. My stomach's upset now. I had something I wanted to share with you, but I can't. Ugh. And we're going to talk about Thanksgiving on top of this. This is going to be rough. Okay. All right. Well, I do have just one funny thing. Speaking of Thanksgiving, and I need to get my mind out of the bathroom. Juliana went to this like church camp this weekend,
Mhm.
and they had to write their letters of gratitude. And so for context, I don't know, are your girls hitting you with some really funny, just like slang that you're like, wait,
Oh,
I
yeah.
know everybody's
They
like
said
the
something, and I was
6'7",
like the other day, and I was
6'7", the
like, I
6'7".
don't know what you're saying.
Right.
And Molly was like, I'm using middle, but then my husband's a high school teacher, so
That's
like
what I was
they
just gonna
all,
say. Dave knows.
yeah, Dave knows, so they all like will have these like there's conversations that happen in my house, and I'm like, I have no idea what anyone just said. Like, I don't know.
I was at this like my nephew's I guess semi like playoff, some off, one off football game that he was in. He's like first grade, and these little first grade cheerleaders are like, Coach Carroll, 6'7". And I was like, what? 6'7"? Like, and I know the 6'7" thing kind of, but I'm like, these are like tiny little kids, like Coach Carroll, 6'7". And I was like, okay, whatever. And my kids will be like, Skibbity, something, something. And I'm like, what'd you just say, Skibbity? So this is the letter, my Thanksgiving gratitude letter I get from my daughter when she comes back from this camp. She's so excited. Dear Mommy, we revert to like a little kid sometimes too. I just wanted to say I love you so much, so much. I don't know what I would do without you. You're my bestest friend in the whole wide world that I ever did see with my own two eyes. You're the most 6'7" Sigma Alpha I ever did see. You're a literal, I don't even know. Oh, you're a literal girl boss. I love all of our talks, and more importantly, you. Love, your favorite daughter, in parentheses, don't forget I said favorite, Juliana.
Aw, that's so
I'm like the
sweet.
most 6'7" Sigma Alpha. What the heck? I don't fly planes. I don't know what that means.
I know. I don't like we were just and I asked the girls, I'm like, I don't even understand. Like, what does this 6'7" mean? And they were like, we don't know. I'm like, oh,
It's
okay.
just, yeah, 6'7", 6'7". Like you have this arm thing they do with it.
Yes.
I gotta show you. It's like 6'7".
Oh, I've seen
like,
it. I've seen it, but it's like I'm like, I don't understand why we do this. And then
It's, well-
like yesterday, I was talking to Kirsten about something, and she said she used some term, and I was like, what? It's like, what does that even mean? And she's like, it's hard to explain. I was like, oh, okay.
And they really do have these like deep meanings. There's one from SpongeBob. I have to think about it. That I was like, I don't even know. It's like one random line that was used in some spin-off SpongeBob something that they like. I was like, I don't even, for context, I have zero idea what you're saying, and I do feel like I'm a little hip, but I was like, I don't
They're like,
I don't
not
even
as
know
hip
what
as
this
you
means.
think.
No, not at all. Or like I'll be like, okay, I can't. I'm right at that progressive commercial phase where I do feel like I can see where I'm turning into my parents. But he just did like Maddox will come in and he'll be like, ugh, school's a W today. Okay, school's a dub. W's a win. I'm like, dub, win, win. So that was a good thing. So you had a good time at school? Yeah, I said it was a W. All right. It's like I have to go backwards and think like, dub, W. All right. And who says school's a W? No one.
Right.
Well,
Well,
that's what my
clearly
kids
someone.
say. So anyway, yes, Lee got me off of the bathroom thought. So thank you for distracting me for just a second and getting me back in the spirit.
But I do see all these like Facebook reels and stuff about, songs we used to listen to when we were their age and things we used to say. So
Oh
we
my
had
gosh,
ours
we said
too,
some
for
wild
sure.
stuff. Like if you, I mean,
Like I saw one the other day about YOLO. They were like, we can't
YOLO.
say anything. We used to run around yelling
YOLO.
YOLO. Yep.
I mean, all of it, if you just think of anything that started, we were right in that generation that began social media
Yeah.
and selfie. I mean, that was birthed from our generation. So, it just is very interesting to me how fast we lose track of like what's mainstream. Because I swear I was like everything made sense until this year, and I'm like, what the heck are you
I know,
even
it's been the
saying?
last couple of years for me for the girls because they both been in. Once they both hit middle school, I was like, I don't know what you're talking
Well,
about.
at least you do have like a dictionary that lives with you that can break it down for you.
I do. I'm like, can
There's-
you translate for me?
Well,
'Cause
you
I
know
don't know you
what?
guys are saying.
There's a guy on one of the platforms. I can't remember. I don't have Facebook, so it must be Instagram. But he does like a real teacher update of the week, and he's like, "Okay, parents, so this week, the words I'm hearing," and he breaks every single one of them down. But it's actually kind of funny. I'll send it to you. It's where it was the first week of school this year that I learned 6-7. Because he goes, all of you are hearing this and no one knows what it means. And I'm still not sure. But 6-7, when he.
Well, if you can ask the kids, they don't really understand. Like, they don't know the meaning of it. They just do it, which is funny.
Or what
also.
context? It's used in any context. I'm like, you would
Right.
just say it when we're bored. All right, cool. 6-7. I'm going to say it all. What if I just start saying it on all our work calls today? 6-7.
There you
I
go.
don't know. What does it mean? We don't know. Okay. All right. Let's get into the content. It's Thanksgiving weekend. Hey guys, as you can tell, we're laying back. We're having fun this week. This is a holiday week, and in our
Because
typical
it's a
fashion,
short week. Yeah.
holiday weeks mean competition for us and families, and mostly competitions for April and I. So we are going to do, what would she do? True or false, fake for real?
Yep.
Thanksgiving
Either
style.
one.
We did it last year. Let's do it again. And
Let's do
this
it.
one is for the win. This might be one of the last times we
Are
do
we
this,
like
April.
tied? I lost track of where we are this
pretty
year.
sure I'm winning.
Pretty
Just
sure you're
pretty
not.
sure. Pretty sure I've won all of them.
It's pretty sure you lost last time.
I
All
really
right.
did. Actually, I lost majorly last time.
All right. Let's do
But
it.
anyway, it's time to get serious. We're in the home stretch.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, let's do it. You guys know how this game rolls. April and I are just going to ask each other questions. We're going to decide, is what we've asked true or false, or is it fake or for real? But there is some knowledge to be had in some of this. So, April, why don't you start us off?
All right. First one, true or false? Eating turkey on Thanksgiving makes you sleep due to the tryptophan in it.
Okay. I'm going to say it's true, but you're going to say there's other food that has tryptophan in it.
That's right. I'm going to say it's actually false.
Okay.
That's what
I'm going to say it's true, but it is true. But I think we had the same questions. So,
Oh, all right.
but there are other foods. So hit me with it. Tell me why.
So yes, turkey does contain tryptophan, which does promote good sleep, good mood.
And that's what we hear about, right? I'm in a turkey coma.
Exactly. Like, oh my God, I ate so much turkey. I'm so sleepy, all the things. So tryptophan, it's an essential amino acid. But again, it is involved in the production of serotonin and melatonin,
Yeah, it's like the
which
precursor, right?
just kind of makes you sleepy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So people who actually take supplements of tryptophan to try to sleep. But there are other sources of tryptophan, like you mentioned. So milk, cheese, beef, chicken, nuts, soybean, all have them. But the other thing too is that outside of what you're eating, it's also kind of how much you're eating that also makes you sleepy, right? And it's also the fact that we're eating high carb food. So all of those, we talk with, about the turkey, but then there's also all these sides that are often very high in carbs, right? And so consuming all of that so much, like so quick, it can raise your blood sugar, and then you can get a crash, which makes you feel tired. Also, it's just sort of, the time of the year too, right? Like it's kind of late fall, early winter, it's cold outside. So you're like, I might as well take a nap. And
so
like all these things
this morning.
Yeah, exactly. And then also I found this very interesting. A big meal of any kind can also change like circulation that affects your energy and focus as well. So it's also, so it's not only just the fact that we're eating turkey, but we're eating all these carbs. We're also eating huge amounts of it at once. Yes. And so advice to try to keep a little bit more alert after your Thanksgiving meal, eat a little more slowly, eat smaller portions, stop eating when you're full, take a walk after dinner to get yourself moving and get those carbohydrates moving. So all those things will help you stay awake if you want to stay awake. But if you want to curl up on the couch and take a nap, go for it.
Well, or if you just want to never get out of bed and have your children serve you all your Thanksgiving food in your bed, all your sides, because that's all I'm going to eat, do that too. Who cares?
Yeah, you
Right?
could do that.
Oh, that's just terrible medical advice. Scratch that. Okay. Well, I think I want to piggyback. I was actually scrolling through while you were saying yours, because I'm going to piggyback off the food. Let's keep it in food spirit for just a second.
All right.
You're talking about what we consume. So, Baker for real. The average American consumes more than 4,000 calories and 150 grams of fat on Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, I think that's true.
You're right. It is. But I thought that was astronomical. And I actually thought that you would overstate this one because of how specific I was about the grams of fat. But you're absolutely right. They say like calorie analysis for a typical Thanksgiving meal is roughly like 3,500 to 4,500 calories. Sometimes it's really over 5,000 if you include drinks, be it just sodas or whatever, and desserts, alcohol, all of that kind of stuff. Roughly 2 days of our recommended intake in in one meal.
In like a half hour.
Right. And but our pancreas and our gallbladder, if you still have, like April doesn't have hers, but we all have a pancreas, and if you've got your gallbladder, those digestive organs get no holiday, folks. So Thanksgiving is notorious for gallstones. Did you know this? Gallstone symptom flare-ups.
Doesn't surprise me, but
I never thought about that. So I was like, wow, this is what all this calorie and fat is hitting us with. It would be basically, you'd have to run, this is kind of just a fun fact though, but you basically have to run an entire marathon, 26.2, to burn off that calorie load.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
A lot. I know.
Yeah.
But I do it every year.
I'm just like, well, one day. So what happens if I don't eat for 3 days? and then I wait. That's how I would rationalize.
I don't think that works, but.
Well, but on Thanksgiving, how you wake up and you're like, I'm just not going to eat all day.
Oh, I do eat breakfast, but it's usually like a piece of pumpkin pie for breakfast. Like it's not
on Thanksgiving Day?
Yeah.
Before?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't think the pies broke out until at least the middle of the afternoon. But
somebody's got to test them.
I'm not
for
a big
everybody.
pie person, but if you had green bean casserole sitting out in the morning, I'd be eating it.
Yeah.
Probably every
make the
morning.
pies the night before. I shouldn't say we. My father-in-law makes the pies the night before.
I was going to say, April, we already know April doesn't
usually
cook.
for breakfast.
April doesn't cook on Thanksgiving, guys.
I make mashed potatoes.
Oh, no, I like those. Okay, let's stay on topic. We're gonna make a lot of people hungry today.
Okay, ready? True or false?
Yes. All right, let's go.
The time of day you sit down for Thanksgiving dinner could have an impact on your health.
The time of day you sit down, I'm going to say true.
That is true. So
because it's so bizarre, so it's got to be true. Go ahead, tell me though. I've never heard this.
I had not heard this either, but I thought it was very interesting. So, the the timing of your meal can make like all the difference for your digestion. And so nutritionists say that somewhere between 3:30 and 5 o'clock is the sweet spot. But I mean, we eat at like 1 or 2. So I think a lot of people eat earlier in the day, but that kind of like mid-afternoon spot is better health-wise. Because if you eat too early, then you tend to linger around the table for hours, leading to like multiple helpings of each course just to pass the time. So you're sort of eating more because you're just there longer, right? Like, and you're there eating more. And then if you wait too late, then you end up overeating at dinner because and then you're eating later, you're so stuffed, and there's all those calories that you just consumed that you're trying to digest while you're actually starting to kind of wind down for the day. So you want to eat late enough so that you're not there eating forever, but you also need to eat early enough so that you can move around and digest all that food that you ate. And speaking of that, you're not supposed to avoid breakfast because if you skip breakfast, then you're going to be like way more hungry at the time of the meal and you're going to eat more than you would have had you had something for breakfast.
Okay, I need to throw down a flag on this play because I don't think you have to eat breakfast like people think you do. Maybe we need to do a podcast on this. If I eat breakfast, I will not eat again till later in the afternoon.
Oh,
like
not me.
I am never hungry when I wake up in the morning.
I wake up hungry every day.
So maybe it's like, I feel like if I eat
just your
breakfast,
metabolism.
yeah, I think if I had Thanksgiving in the morning, like you said, you woke up and ate pie, I would eat less during the day. But if I wait until mid-afternoon, I feel like, well, I'll eat a lot fast, then I'll stop. But I could
That's
see
not what
where
you're supposed to do.
You're
supposed
know,
to
but I'm
eat
just saying I'll
smaller
be
portions.
so hungry, but not consistently. Not all day. That's the grazing thing, right? Isn't that what
I
they say? If
know.
you eat earlier, you're just going to eat all day. I don't know. Maybe it's just me and I'm an outlier.
No, I mean, I know plenty of people who don't eat breakfast, but I always have been one that I eat breakfast every day because I wake up hungry. Like I'm hungry in the morning when the kids are getting off to the bus, and then I'll eat breakfast, and then I'm like hungry again at lunchtime. So
Really?
yeah, I joke, but I like don't skip a meal. And like hearing me talk, people probably think I'm overweight, but no, I mean, I eat all 3 meals every day.
Well, that's because it's a rule somewhere and you follow
No,
the
it's
rules.
because I get hungry. And then I get
It's a rule.
hangry. Like if I don't eat and I'm hungry, like nobody around me is happy.
You know
like
what?
my whole family is like, Mom, can you just eat? Like, can you eat something and then we'll talk to you?
I didn't really believe that hangry was real till I got around hangry people. I get hungry, but I don't get mean. I think I get hungry. I have a period of tiny frustration, but if I get too hungry, I can't eat. Do you ever get to that point where you're past hungry?
No, I have to eat.
Okay. I'm striking out all over the place. Somebody in the universe feels me, right? Like, if I wait too long, I get mad because now I can't eat. That's where
no,
I
I
get
can
mad.
eat. I can eat. And I have to, otherwise I'm like a bear to be around. And I know it. And the thing is like I know I'm doing it and I can't stop myself. Like I can't be like sometimes I'm like, okay, guys, I'm really sorry. I'm really hungry. Like, let's just go eat. And they're like, okay. You know, it happens most often in like theme parks where like, we're like go. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm starving. But anyways.
Okay. Sure. So I'm winning. All right. Next question.
Nope.
Let's talk about the wishbone.
Oh, the wishbone.
The wishbone.
All right.
True or false? The turkey wishbone was used as a diagnostic tool in ancient medicine. True or false?
False.
It is actually true.
Oh.
Which I'm surprised I stumped you on this one. But in a ritualistic sense. So there are these historical records that show that Romans use it's the forcula, which is like, I guess technically what they call it, interpreted omens about their health or fertility or future events. So it's like not technically medicine, but it was in the ritualistic
when you say
sense of how they
diagnostic, I
treated it.
think medicine. Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm going to throw a flag on this play because
you can go ahead. You throw it. But I just thought it was still interesting that they They used it like in diagnostic guidance and early healing practices. They
That is
the wishbones
interesting.
form and the fractures like symbolically guided decisions about illness. So if they were talking to somebody, kind of like I think of it like somebody that reads palms, or we used to do like crystal balls or whatever tarot card readings. So it was a way to help guide people on what decisions they needed to make about their illness, or if they were farmers, their harvest, or what societal events they should even be planning to attend. So it's just
That's
a little bit
interesting.
more of a fun example, a little bit more superstition, but it does, to me, I think, like illustrate how far we've evolved from like
Yeah.
ritual-based interpretations to like evidence-driven diagnostics, you know? So, but yeah, it was before we had our modern day electronic crystal balls known as MRIs, CAT scans, those type of things. They used a wishbone to guide them.
Interesting. We always used to argue about who was going to break, get to pull the wishbone when we were
No,
kids.
and that's terrible. That's terrible. Like, there's just the thought of breaking the bone. I'm sorry. Like,
I
the
know.
noise. No thanks. But you know what? That's one thing we never fought about. But yes, I remember as a kid, like my mom would be like, here's the wishbone. And you finally get it out. And then, what is it? Like two people pull it and whoever ends up with the larger piece
Their wish comes
has
true.
the luck
Yeah.
or something.
Mhm. Yep.
But you know what? It's that pulling, so that fracture, that's what I'm talking about when they decided decisions. So they put two people on like the side of like, you're going to do this. This is what we should do for your health or this. And however it broke with that person it broke with would be how they made the decisions. Like that's where that tradition comes from for us, which is
Interesting.
weird that we were making life decisions with it at one point, and now we're just like wishing on a star. But I also like biomechanically, this is kind of a nerd moment, but the wishbone itself is what helps direct birds in flight.
Interesting.
It's like the strongest flight like mechanism that the bird has inside their body. So, little fun fact there
Interesting.
too. Yeah,
Hmm.
right. Never look at wishbones the same, huh?
Nope, I will not. I don't.
It
we
just
don't
makes
even
me
do it
think
anymore. We
Indiana
did as a
Jones.
kid, but
It was like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom is what I thought when I saw that question. And for those of you
random. But okay.
I know, well, no, but I'm thinking old like Aztec or Mayan like cultural stuff, but like all the weird, they had like these weird, um, like temple things they did. Do you remember like when they pulled a guy's heart out with
Yep.
his hand? Yeah,
do.
that's what it makes me think of. You're just pulling
Okay.
stuff out of birds back in those days and making decisions on life and death. That's very Indiana
Yes.
Jones to me.
True.
Yeah. All right, let's
Alright.
pick it back up. Let's talk about food.
Well, my last question is not about food,
Okay.
but
Are we on the last round? Let's go.
yeah, last round. So, but I do think it's actually important to talk about this because I think people don't realize about this. So, true or false? The emergency room typically sees a decrease in visits around Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's going to be false.
I knew you would get this one, but I think it's important to talk about
I'm with
because in reality, the emergency room actually sees an increase in visits around Thanksgiving and actually just around the holidays in general. So kind of Thanksgiving is the start of that. But there's several things that happen. So one, you mentioned gallstones, but two, the overeating, alcohol consumption. You mentioned we all have a pancreas, so you can get pancreatitis, right? So that's triggered by overeating, excessive alcohol. So that can happen. There's also people with cardiac disease. So there's things, there's this concept of like the holiday heart, right? So
yes.
holiday heart syndrome. So it results from overindulgence in food and alcohol and
Yep.
just liquids in general for people with heart failure. But you combine that with the stress of the holiday season, and we will see a surge in cardiac events around this time of the year. We also see traffic accidents, people drinking at dinner and then leaving and getting in accidents on the way home, especially if it's an area where it's snowing, things like that. Seasonal illness is at a peak, right? We're coming up on flu season. So you put a bunch of people with germs in a house together where the heater's running and no doors are open, and you can make a petri dish of the flu. But also, and I think this one also often goes like kind of under recognized, but mental health challenges are very prevalent this
Yes.
time of the year.
Family stress, emotional stress, family conflicts. Yeah.
Exactly. But also those who have lost family members, right? And are feeling like a sense of loneliness or depression, that will get worse around the holiday season, because that's usually when you are with your family, right? And if you've lost a loved one, it can be really hard this time of year. So, and then just, we have to think about our healthcare workers. Like, shout out to all of our colleagues who are going to be working on
Absolutely.
Thanksgiving and on the holiday season coming up, because they are there. Instead of spending time with their families, they are there treating your family or you on that holiday season. So
I'd add a couple more things too, and only because we researched the same topic, so I don't want to miss piggybacking here.
Yeah.
But just delayed care in general around the holidays. So we think that the numbers decrease for those of us that work in the hospital at the time. Maybe the day of the actual holiday, things may feel slow for a period of time, but there's always that surge that comes in after. And that's usually those patients, as like Christmas, New Year's, they're all like, I've had this cough for 4 weeks, but I'm going to wait till after Christmas. Then I'll go to the doctor. I'm going to wait so to get through the holiday type of patients. We see a rise in these type of things because people are putting things off to be around family. So I actually think that was a great call out.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen friends
you
family
got
do the
turkey
same
burns,
thing, right?
knife
Like
burns, right? Like
kind
all of the cooking injuries on top of everything else. So
Yep. I mean, one good thing about this time of the year though is like you can use kind of public health efforts to kind of promote healthy choices, things like that, but because there's a lot of publicity around the holidays, right? Like there's a lot of things out there, but I think in general, it's a huge influx of patients at some point or another around the holiday season for us. So
and then Blackout Wednesday, you mentioned that, right? Like largest drinking night of the year. Anytime you add alcohol to anything, you got problems. So all right. Well, I think that's a good one. I know we're at the end here. I'm just going to ask a fun one just because we started it with this. Why let's end it. But April, true or false? Green bean casserole was invented by a hospital dietitian.
false.
Of course, we know that, but I just need to tell you where it did come from. So, green bean casserole actually originated in Campbell's test kitchen for marketing purposes, not for healthcare nutrition. It is a vegetable, folks, so feel good about it. But its standard recipe was just canned beans, cream-based soup, fried onions, which is high in sodium. We all know that, but and it was clinically relevant for heart failure patients or people with hypertension, but it has nothing to do with health in and of itself, other than just a little bit of a humorous contrast between food innovation and also our modern dietary recommendations. But it tends to be my favorite meal of Thanksgiving that I eat all the time, all day, every day. So I wanted to end it on that. So thanks, Campbell's Test Kitchen. They had no intention for this to work, but thank you. God bless you.
It is pretty yummy.
Did.
I'll say that.
So eat up on Thanksgiving, guys. Just don't eat for 2 days before. Just
depending on which one of
the
us you talk to,
when
you'll
you're
get a
done.
different answer. Yeah.
There's got to be a marathon. April does a turkey trot. Go run with April and then go eat your turkey. We don't care.
I haven't done a turkey trot in years, actually.
I just remember talking about it last year, but
I know.
Yeah, I hope you guys all have a really good Thanksgiving, and hopefully this was just fun, a little educating. Put it in your AirPod and walk around the house while you're making all that yummy food.
Exactly. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yep. And if you guys want to reach out more, tell us what you made for Thanksgiving. Tell us some other ideas you have for the show. You know where to find us. On Call with April and Alicia on Instagram, On Call with April and Alicia on LinkedIn, and our email that I'm not even going to say this week unless somebody begs me for it. On Call podcast at soundphysicians.com. That's our email. But most importantly, guys, just have a great Thanksgiving. We're glad we could give you a little bonus episode for this week, get you through the week. We'll be back on track back in December, getting ready to talk some Christmas and New Year's and new us, huh?
Absolutely. Until next time, guys, you guys stay well and we'll stay on call. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.